Yo, this is your boy, King Lion, with my co host,
Jelani Muna.
and welcome to the Wwe podcast. Yo, how you guys doing tonight? Yo, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, and I can't wait for what we're going to discuss about for tonight's podcast episode.
Yeah, yeah, I can't wait to talk about and can't wait to talk about it. Also, also, the first of three videos we just upload today. It ain't the RIP to Sabu uh, episode. We just aired today like 3 hours ago. So please go comment, and subscribe on that video, boost up and press the follow button and press the like button so we can and so you can get to the like goal of me crashing out earlier before it blacked out and the computer went off. So yeah, now we're gonna now today we're gonna be talking about WWE Saturday Night Main Event and our prediction for it. But also, first before most, you guys know this is kind of like a little bit of a routine going forward. Me talking a little bit about other things like sports, like NBA, NFL, and so much more. Oh yeah, we finally got a prototype intro, so you guys are gonna be getting to see the first look of it, and going forward, inward of all the videos, you're gonna be seeing the intro first. So I'm gonna post the intro video tonight, so you guys can comment and like on that too. So, and so first, let me get into this. I'm having a pretty much of a pissed off day. I'm having a pissed off day. Not for any reason more of the Pacers won yesterday, and if you got and I know that I know I was talking all this hype about the New York Knicks and stuff, and it was reasonable. We just made it to the conference final, first time in 25 years, and we was winning. We was winning. We were winning up. We were winning all the way until the final 2 minutes of the quarter, and then some guy off the fucking bench, like the sixth man of the year, kind of nonsense shit. This nigga, I don't even know his name, and then I think it's Alexis or like Alex or like Alexander. Like I don't really know who his name is, but that nigga became the second coming of Stephen Curry. That nigga was shooting threes from everywhere. Nigga made six threes in 2 minutes. And then Tyrese Halliburton with his punk ass, oh, he came on. He did the most luckiest clutch shot in the world, and I'm like, we are taking this to overtime. Mind you, I'm getting ready to jump on I'm getting ready to jump on TikTok with this guy that talk to you about NBA, and I'm looking at and I get a message on my phone saying we going in overtime. I'm like, what the fuck? The game should be over by now. And then overtime happened. Overtime happened. We did our best, and then a lucky 2 point shot, and OG missing free throws cost us the game. So I'm highly pissed off. I was ready to punch the fucking wall. If it okay, I wish that nigga Grande Americano was right here right now so I could kill. Yeah, I could just choke that nigga out. I put him in the Terracotta clutch. Uh, But I'm calmer now. I'm calmer now. And now it's just one out of 7 games. They got lucky. Congratulations, Indiana. You got a lucky game in our house, but it won't happen again. I don't believe that. I don't believe it's happening again because I'm going to give you a little. I'm not going. I'm going to do a little bit of Paul Heyman for you. This is not a prediction. It's a spoiler. The next 2 games is ours. We're going up 2-up. When we're going up 2-1, and one by game 4. And game 4, we might even go up 3-1. We might take this in 5. So you got lucky on one game. This is best. You have to win 4. You only won one. This war is far from over. And I promise you this, I will be at the arena tomorrow. That's guaranteed. That shit. I'm not gonna be able to make it inside the building, but I will be out there for game 2, and I will be out there if it becomes a game 7. So Indiana, Tyrese Halliburton, and yes, you too, Reggie freaking Miller. Be warned, New York is coming for you. This is just the beginning of this war. You didn't, okay? And who, okay? Because there's always a strong saying: "He who last first, last." Okay, okay. You might win the battle, but the war is far from over. Ever. And for my New York Knicks, for Jalen Brunson dropping 24, for Cat dropping 35, and for the rest of the crew, you guys did great. Tibbs, you guys did great. It was a lucky win. That's all they is. It was a lucky win. We're coming back, and we're gonna take over this series. Believe that. Okay. Now let's get into the predictions for Saturday night main event. You ready, bro?
Yes, I am ready for this.
Before we do this, go New York, go New York, go. Now, okay. Now now we got 4 matches for the Saturday night main event. Saturday night main event predictions. We're gonna start off with the first. We're gonna start off with the first one. It's gonna be in the first match. Well, it's not in order, so we just gonna like, give you guys the matches that are listed here. The first match is going to be the first match we're going to be talking about is CM Punk and Sami Zayn teaming up against Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins. Bro, how you feel? Bro, how you feel about the match, and how you feel about how this match going to play out? Who you think is going to win, and what do you expect out of the match?
Okay. So, first off, I want to say that I remember being so surprised when Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman formed an alliance with each other at WrestleMania. And then even more surprised when Braun Breaker joined that alliance as well. And I don't know what they call. I mean, I think their official name is the Trifecta of Terror. Um, but I have heard on the internet this group being called the Seth Riders. So honestly, so with CM Punk and Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker, I wanna root for CM Punk and Sami Zayn here because what I've actually read is that like CM Punk has he hasn't really lost all too much. If you really think about it, I mean, like he's kind of been he's been winning like most of his matches. As far as like the 2020 as far as since he's returned and everything. I know he's lost like he lost at WrestleMania and everything, but so far I mean he's been like mostly winning his matches and honestly, I mean this one will be tough. But I want to kind of root for not Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn and CM Punk. That's who I want to root for because of that. But honestly, like, it's a tough decision because at the same time, since like Seth Rollins, like, since this whole like faction with Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker, since it's like, since it's like new, I know like it would be good for him to have a win, but at the same time, uh, I just want to. I mean, I guess I would just go with CM Punk and Sami Zayn because I mean, for me, like being a CM Punk fan and also kind of being a Sami Zayn fan as well. Like I kind of I'm kind of biased with it, so I want to go with them.
I see what you're talking about, bro. I see.
Yeah.
First, I didn't. First, I didn't even think they had a name yet. I thought maybe they were waiting for maybe like a fourth member or maybe a fifth member to show up because who I'm thinking this what I'm thinking this group is going to be is it's going to be like Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker. It's going to be also Paul Heyman as the manager, and I also thinking that Becky Lynch might join this group, and then someone else at so another male superstar will join, and then that's going to be the faction. And I think that's when we're going to get like the official name and stuff. But I didn't know they already came out with that. So
Yeah, I
and
mean,
so
I don't
yeah,
know if it's like a rumor or if it's like official. That's why I mean, I read like on the internet like the trifecta of terror. I mean, it could just be like a rumored name. I'm not entirely too sure.
definitely. So now for my so how I think well this is the thing. I do want to root for CM Punk and Sami Zayn. I if we going by like my what my heart is telling me, I'm rooting for those two guys all the way. I want CM Punk to get his revenge. I want Sami Zayn to get a W finally because Sami Zayn been taking a lot of L's and he needs a big W. But I just don't see him. I just don't see them winning against Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins. I think right now this is their debut tag team match together. Is a big match for Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins, especially with this group being made like official and having them lose to CM Punk and Sami Zayn right now will really really bring down the momentum of this group. So for my prediction of who's going to win, I see Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker winning. Now, do I see CM Punk taking the pin on a pin? Nah, I think Sami Zayn might take the pin, and I do feel bad for Sammy because like he's in a no win situation. Like if because like I don't one is one I don't really think I think they were going to let Sammy or CM Punk win this match, and two and we know that if Punk get pinned, it's not gonna if Punk get pinned, it's gonna make Punk look a little bit weak. Having Sammy get pinned, that's how I think that's gonna keep. Sammy saying getting pinned is gonna bring down his stock a little bit more. That's what I think WWE is thinking about doing. So to me, to me, the people and the team that I picked to win tomorrow, no, the win Saturday is Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins.
I mean, I could see that. I could see that. I mean, yeah, because since they're new and everything, I could see that be the case with Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. Um, which I
Especially
mean,
because oh
yeah,
nah, bro, you can go.
you can go.
Oh okay. Especially because like remember, and because there's a rumor that Roman Reigns is coming back early June. And no, early June. So he's going to be coming back, and Money in the Bank is showing up. So I believe that like there's going to be a match at Money in the Bank between Braun Breaker and CM Punk. Seth Rollins going to interfere. Punk going to show up. Punk gonna get beat down, and then Roman gonna show up at Money in the Bank and help him out. So then they're gonna have a tag team match at SummerSlam to face Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins. So that's why to me I see Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker winning this match because because you can't for this faction to be strong, you can't have them lose two back to back tag team pay per view matches.
Okay. I mean, yeah, that does make sense. But imagine if like Roman Reigns returned here. I mean, I know like you said early June, but just imagine like he just like interferes in this match.
I see him doing that too. Because we in Tampa, Florida. He lives in Tampa. He could show up and help Sami Zayn out, and then I guess we can make. I guess that might be the match for Money in the Bank, but I just don't know. Like I don't know where they're going, and that's why like I don't know what they're doing with Sammy. Like right now, with Sami Zayn really just got thrown into this situation for no reason whatsoever, and that's why I'm like kind of up in the air of up in the air on hey where Sammy is gonna be at and stuff. Because to me, this match is basically the match between Roman and CM Punk against Seth and Breaker is basically already confirmed. And to me, I feel like this is just a little teaser of what we might see out of the three out of the four out of the men.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that.
But over but overall, you picking Seth Rollins, you picking CM Punk and Sami Zayn, right?
Yes, I'm picking CM Punk and Sami Zayn.
Okay, so wait, let me write that down. Down for a second. Okay, got it. So, so you got Punk and Sammy. I got Seth and Braun. Okay, so so that's the first match. The second
Okay.
the second match is a second match is actually a grudge match. It's between Braun, not Braun. I'm sorry. It's between Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre inside a steel cage. Now, this match was announced last week on SmackDown. No, not Seth. Damian Priest issued the challenge, and Drew McIntyre accepted. So this might be the final time these two are meeting up. So so, bro, what you think? What you think this match is going to like hold and stuff, and who you think is walking out with the W?
Wait, you said this was the final time that they will be having a match?
Yeah, I think this is going to be the final time because Damien on SmackDown last week said this has to end. So I think this is going to be the final time these two are meeting up in this rivalry.
Oh yeah, okay. So what I will say before I get into my predictions is I always like steel cage matches. I mean, um, steel cage. I mean, anything with the cage, be it steel cage, Hell in the Cell, no matter what. I always enjoy those type of matches because they can use the cage as a weapon, and anything goes when it comes to the steel cage. So it's always good to see that. Now, for my prediction though, for the match though, this one again is going to be a hard one. But I can't lie. I want to see Drew McIntyre win this one. I mean, he was the hater of the year for me. And honestly, I mean, 2024 was a great year for Drew McIntyre, and I do want to see Drew McIntyre kind of. I want to see him go up. I feel like he deserves to be in a higher position. I mean, because honestly, I could see Drew McIntyre be in the world title picture right now. So I'd want Drew McIntyre to win this match over Damian Priest. Nothing against Damian Priest, but I feel like Drew McIntyre is just the better one of the two. The better one, just in terms of how he's like the star power and how he's presented himself. I mean, especially with how he's been on Twitter and everything like that. Nothing like Drew McIntyre makes is so funny. Like Drew McIntyre has been he makes me laugh a lot. So I'm rooting for Drew McIntyre to win this one.
Okay. Well, I gotta. Well, I understand that 2024 was a good year for Drew McIntyre, and stuff, and I understand that. But I gotta go with I gotta go with my heart. I gotta go with my heart, and I gotta go with who I really think you're gonna walk out with a dub. And I also gotta think about who needs it more. And who needs this more is Damian Priest. I'm going with Damian Priest, and the reason why is because we saw Drew McIntyre to me got his big win in this rivalry already at WrestleMania. When they went into that street fight. So to me, for Damien to lose against Drew McIntyre for a second time to finish this rivalry off, because I guess you could say because they met, I think they met 4 times. Yeah, they met 4 times. 4 times. Once like 3 times last year. 3 times last year, and this and 1 time this year. So this is like the fifth time they're meeting up, and both of them are like 2 wins, 2 losses to each other. So to me, I think Damien needs this because you got to understand, Damien already his stock had already like plummeted down a little bit already since he lost the world title, and and I how much that yeah sure Drew McIntyre maybe it dropped his stock maybe dropped a little bit, but I think Damien's stock dropped more, and that's why I think he needs to win. And also the fact that I hope Damien. I don't think I think WWE knows that, hey, listen, Damien is now a good main eventer or a good mid carder. Like he's in between. He sometimes can be a mid carder, sometimes can be a good world champion, and you gotta keep him in big matches and stuff. And you gotta let him win at least a few of these big matches so we won't feel like, hey, he don't deserve to be in a main event picture. Because the same way how like Drew McIntyre, like, hey, you don't want Drew McIntyre to lose all the time. It's the same way how you don't want Damian Priest to lose all the time. So that's why in this rivalry, like I think that Damien is walking out because Drew already won his big moment at WrestleMania, and I feel like because he initially challenged Drew McIntyre to this steel cage, I think Damien is going to win this match.
So you're saying that possibly it could be like a best of threes where you know Drew has his match. I mean, Drew has his win from WrestleMania. Damien
Yeah,
has his win at Saturday night's main event, and then a future pay per view, possibly SummerSlam or Money in the Bank. There could be another one.
nah, I don't. Nah, I think this is gonna be the final time they're gonna meet up for now as a rivalry. Because the reason why I'm saying like they are 2 wins and 2 losses already because last year they met 3 times. Once on Raw, the Money in the Bank cash in. That was the second time they fought each other, and then the third time was Clash at Scotland. I mean, that was 3 times, and Damien won two of those times, and Priest and Drew only won one. And then this year, you count the WrestleMania win for Drew McIntyre. Now they 2-2. That's why I'm saying this one's gonna be like the final match between these two. That's why I'm giving it up to Damian Priest because I think Damian Priest needs this need this win over Drew McIntyre more than Drew McIntyre needs it over Damian Priest.
Okay,
Because
I
Dame
see that.
yeah, because I think even if because let me ask you, even if Drew McIntyre lost this match, you would still say he deserved to still be in the main event picture. You still see him as a main eventer, right?
I mean, yeah, I do see him as a main eventer, and I see your point. Like, I guess, like, it wouldn't really ruin him all too much But
Yeah,
I mean, yeah. But
and then
at the same time though, I mean, I feel like again, like it's hard to say. It's hard to say because at the same time, I mean, I guess we don't know. I guess that's the thing because at the same time,
yeah,
like we don't know where like his like the stock could fall as well because it could possibly fall as well after this match, depending on how things go.
yeah, but I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be that bad if he lost to Damian. Like, think about it for a minute. Drew, Drew is already solidified as as a top main eventer. I think before, I think I think this Punk feud that he had really solidified him as a main eventer completely. And then
Hmm.
after what he did last year, as you can really have an argument for him being MVP for the men and for the men's side for 2024. That's why I'm like, even if even if Drew McIntyre lose this match, I think we both are going to still say, hey, Drew is still a main eventer. While Damian, if he lose, it's like, okay, he lost the world title. Then he went into this bullshit feud with Finn Balor that nobody cared about, and that was hoping that we all was hoping that would have end, and it end. And then afterwards, he been up and down. He haven't won. He didn't win Money in the Bank. He didn't won the Elimination Chamber uh, or or the Royal Rumble. He lost at WrestleMania. He didn't win the United States Championship. It's like his stock is like he's going down. He needs a big win so you can keep on saying, hey, okay, Damien is a upper mid Carter low no upper mid Carter low main event.
I see. I get your point. I get your point.
Yeah,
Still gonna go with Drew though.
I understand that. I understand that. That so we got Damian Priest on this side, we got Drew McIntyre on that side. I understand. Hey,
Yeah.
so uh, so we so we also oh shit. Oh damn. Okay. Well, we are going. Well, we are going to discuss this at the end of the video because I just got a breaking news on on my like Instagram and stuff. So
Hmm.
we're going to discuss that at the end. But we're going to go right back into the wrestle. We're going to go right back into the next match of the Saturday Night Main Event card, and it is John Cena versus versus R Truth. And for everyone, it's non-title. I am surprised it's non-title, but it is non-title. So it's the childhood hero against the childhood fan. I don't know how that goes because R Truth is older than John Cena, but hey, doesn't matter. It
I mean,
doesn't
it makes
matter.
sense to me. It makes sense to
It,
me.
because it don't to me. It don't because like let's be honest here. Like I'm gonna be real. R Truth is 53 years old. John is what I think 47. It's like a 47, 48. I think it's like a 6 year difference. Like I don't know how you looking up to somebody, but it's like you older than them and you was in the business before they was in the business. It's I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but yeah, let's get into this match, bro. What you think?
Honestly, though, here's the thing, right?
Yeah,
This takes me back memories to 2011 when it was. Remember when R Truth went against John Cena at Capital Punishment for the WWE Championship?
yeah, I remember that. I remember that
Yeah.
real well.
See, I'm gonna be honest. I wish R Truth won the WWE Championship at one point. I mean, 2011 R-Truth was underrated. I do wish that he won the championship during that time, or at least like any title, like World Heavyweight Championship, just anything. Because like R-Truth as a heel was so great, but I mean, I guess like now, I mean, like I'm gonna have to go with John Cena because obviously they're gonna have John Cena have the title for a long time. But I mean, though, I wish R-Truth won that title. I wish R-Truth won that title at one point. Honestly, though, like it just sucks to see because the amount of potential that a world title run would have done for R-Truth is something that I want to see. Like, there's so much potential with it. Like, it would be so great. But since it's a non-title, I mean, it's a non-title match, but I still see John Cena winning over this one. Just cause, uh, you know,
Well, well, before I give my prediction, this is something I want to say. Um, I was watching something on YouTube, and it was another podcast about like how they felt about like John Cena versus R Truth, and there was this clip that somebody was saying like, hey, what would happen if R Truth won the WWE Championship at Saturday Night Main Event? And he didn't have to have a long title run. He aired one, but he could have won it, and then he could have gave it back to John like 2 weeks later in another match, so John could become an 18-time world champion. Because like it, and when I heard that, I was laughing. I thought it was stupid, but it was fun. But it was funny at the same time. But then I'm thinking about it. I'm like, you know, kind of makes sense. I don't know if WWE is still trying to erase Vince McMahon from the WWE. I don't know if they ever could, but they did. They tried real hard to try to do it. So right now, the oldest WWE champion in history is Vince McMahon at 52 years old. If R-Truth wins, he will officially become the oldest WWE champion, and then we know R-Truth's not going to hold it for very long. But if he gives it back to John like 2 weeks later, I could have seen that, and I could also be like, I will be mad, but I also would be kind of like 50-50, because it also because because like it bring down the retirement tour and and it brings down the retirement tour. That what it do, but also it kind of like it gives us hope, and also it gives us hope as well. It's it's in the middle. I want to know, what do you think about what I just said?
well, first off, I want to say, like, I feel like it's so like to me it's so impressive how R-Truth is still going at 53. And like I feel like it's so impressive like that he looks so young at 53. Like, the statement black don't crack is true for R-Truth. He does not look 53.
Sure, sure.
But and the fact that he's still going like at the age that he is now. I mean, I guess like the only person I can really compare R-Truth to, like in terms of how impressive they're still going, is Rey Mysterio. But with R-Truth, honestly, see, I don't know if I feel like with this run, I don't think they're gonna have John Cena ever lose the title until like he's close to retirement. Like after he loses 17, they're not gonna have him win 18. Like this I mean they hyped it up as something really important. Like he's the 17th He's a 17-time world champion. Beat Ric Flair, even though it can be debatable on how many titles Ric Flair actually did win during his time. but um but I mean, obviously I don't think they're gonna have John Cena lose like they're not gonna have John Cena just lose the title just to get it back because this is probably gonna be this is one of John Cena's most important title reigns as of right now because of how much hype there has been behind it and how much they've been advertising this. Like,
Definitely.
and
I
especially with what John Cena said that he's gonna win 17 so that he can shake hands with the person that's gonna win 18.
well, that's the thing. It's like, and that's the thing. That's why I was like, I think that guy was crazy when he was talking. He was talking about that. But I kind of also see it. It would be funny. It would be. I know it's not a title match, but it would have been funny if John. Let's just say it was a roll up. R-Truth won. Uh, R-Truth wins the WWE Championship. R-Truth said, "I did it for my childhood hero, and John Cena to bring him back to his senses." And stuff, and then 2 weeks later, then John wins, and then we have a little press conference at the end, and John just comes out. It comes out with the WWE title, the title just won it back, and he keeps his promise about shaking the hands of the guy who was going to be 18, but he do something like this, like I, I think I think that would be the most slap in the face moment for WWE in history because it'd be so funny. Like he's shaking his own hand, like, yeah, you did it, we did
Yeah.
it, mm-hmm.
See,
and
that
it,
would be such a John Cena thing for him to do.
and it's I know it's not gonna happen, but it would be funny. It would be hilarious, and also it will be. It will also. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to bring John's stock down if he lost the belt and then regain it back. But to me, I think it would be a cool moment. And to me, thinking about it, I think it would be a cool moment. It would be fun. You would have our troop be WWE champion for a little bit, and you can also kind of cut the notion of, hey, every time a WWE champion was black, Brock Lesnar always comes out and beat them.
Oh yeah. Well,
You could go, you could cut that notion off too. But overall, overall, with all the joking and with all the joking and stuff, it's like, yeah,
yeah.
I think we all know. I think you know who I'm going for. Going for. I'm going for my man. I'm going for my boy. Going for the goat, the greatest of all time. I'm going for going for the last real champion, John Cena.
Yeah.
I
Though
have
I was Wait, what were
yeah.
you saying?
Nah, you can go. You can go.
Yeah. Though I will say, and kind of about the 18 like time world championship thing, like if it does ever happen for not referring to John Cena, but like a future superstar winning 18. I'm just wondering, who in NXT could possibly like be that person? Because like we could be watching like someone who could have like a huge career, like a megastar career of that caliber, like right now on NXT, and we don't even know it.
Well, this is what I'm saying. I'm saying like there are two people, in my opinion, who I'm rooting for to be a multiple time world champion. And these two guys were teammates at one point, best friends at another point, and also became a heated rivalry just last year. One is Carmelo Hayes and one is Trick Williams. Now I know people are gonna say, "Oh, what about Braun Breaker? What about him?" I do see him being world champion. I just don't see him being world champion a bunch of times. Again, I believe when you put the belt on Braun Breaker, Braun Breaker is holding that belt for at least over 100 days. And that's the bare minimum. I don't see him losing a belt fast unless you cash in Money in the Bank. Now Trick Williams, he's Trick Williams. To me, I feel like he can win the belt, lose it, and then win it back, and people will still love him. Love him. He did it in NXT, and I think he can do it on the main roster as well. I think Carmelo Hayes can do it as well, because like, listen, he's the underdog. Nobody really believe it. Like nobody really saying, "Hey, Carmelo is this and that and the third." But hey, I do. Hey, he can he if he can do something and surpass John, I think we'd be having him in a different conversation. And also, Carmelo Hayes is from Boston, Massachusetts, so two Boston boys shaking hands at the end of the day, saying, "Hey, good job, passing the torch."
Yeah.
So those two are the ones that I picked to maybe try to surpass John with with the most titles. Now, if we talking about active superstars, the closest active superstars to surpass him, I don't see anybody. I know people are going to say, "Hey, Randy could do it," but it's like I feel like I feel like what they're going to do with Randy is this, and this is what and I know we are kind of moving past the Saturday Night Main Event a little bit, but I just going to say this real quick, and then we can move on if you want. But
Mm.
but I do see Randy in the next. I do see Randy in the next 5 years winning one more world title. And when he wins that world title, I do see him holding it for at least close to a year because I don't see him winning 16. I don't see him
Uh,
winning. I see him surpassing Triple H, but just being one under Rick.
okay. I mean, like 15 is still impressive.
Definitely.
And plus, like if we were to go to like remember like Evolution and how like Triple H betrayed Randy Orton, this would be Randy Orton's comeuppance, his revenge for all those years back in 2004.
Definitely.
Yeah, when Randy won his first world title.
And I think that's the thing. I think added on to what you were saying, like who you think on NXT that can surpass that can surpass John Cena reign and John Cena 18 no 17 reigns. We talking about 18 so much. I'm thinking about 18. These
Yeah.
numbers these numbers are like they're popping up out of the blue. Now the problem with this is like for John, I'm not John was dominant for like let's let's say I count his dominant from '04 to about 2017. And I know people are gonna say, "Oh wait, '04 is when he was United States champion. How was he dominant?" It was like, hey, it was the rise of John Cena. '04 was really the rise. Like I know '03 when he started with the rapping and he get in and everyone was looking at him and stuff, but '04 when we started saying, "Hey, John Cena was gonna be that star." So from '04 to 2017, a 13-year span of greatness. And if you shorten it down to '05, 16 titles in 13 years, if we count how many championships they are. I don't know. I think that's the resume of how long you have to be to become world champion if you are a main star. Main star. Like let me like if CM Punk didn't like if CM Punk did not retire, I do believe CM Punk would have been like close to 10 to 11. And that's
Yeah,
why I'm saying and that's why I'm saying like it's saying like to be to beat John's record, you gotta be a main eventer for 13 to 15 years straight, straight, and you have to win the belt multiple times. You can't fall off, and that's why it's like, and that's the reason why and that's the reason why I think the opportunity is right now for these NXT stars to be like, hey, I can beat this record, because think about it, if Carmelo Hayes, let's just say he wins Money in the Bank, he wins the WWE Championship, and he has a great run with it, and then he becomes a main eventer for the next 15 years. I can't see him win. Yeah, I can't see him win at least 18 world titles. I can't see him do that. But he got to be in the main event picture and not fall off.
Yeah, I could see that though. Um, but anyways, back onto the Saturday night main event
Oh yeah,
predictions.
yeah. And this is the final match of the Saturday Night Main Event. Is for the World Heavyweight Championship. Jay Uso versus, well, Logan Paul. Yeah,
Okay, I want to say something real quick. Yo, I remember I saw like so many memes of like people like remember when like the Sami Zayn versus Baron Corbin match was like, oh, this is the match nobody wants to see. Like nobody's rooting for anyone in this match. I saw like so
yeah.
many memes of like people use that for this match right here with Jey Uso and Logan Paul.
And they're not wrong about that. Nobody want to see this match. I don't know why. I don't know how. I don't know what. I, I'm telling you this right now. Triple H need to stop. Triple H need to stop smoking that Snoop Dogg weed pack and be okay, because this nigga is this. I don't know why. Why are we giving this guy another world title shot? What did he did to earn it? Who did he beat to earn this opportunity? And I swear to God, somebody say AJ Styles. Listen. He beat a old AJ. He didn't beat the AJ Styles. Give AJ, okay, and he barely beat him. Okay, he barely beat him. It took interference to beat the guy. I'm like, like I'm just mad. I'm just mad as hell. Like, uh, bro, who you think gonna win this match, and what you think about the match?
Okay, first I want to say what I think about this match. Okay, I feel like the only reason Logan Paul is in this match, and I feel like is kind of because of the internet wrestling community. Because a lot of people have been hating on Jey Uso as of recently. Even before he won the title, like people did not like him winning the Royal Rumble. So I feel like this is a case of like pairing like Jey Uso against like Logan Paul, because at least like then it's kind of like at least Jey Uso is kind of like the better of the two men that you could see, because Logan Paul has like so much heat with like the internet and even people like even like the regular wrestling fans. Like Logan Paul has like so much heat for how he's been as a human being that Jey Uso looks way better in comparison. Um, but I mean, like with this match, I guess it would be like again, like to get the heat off of Jey Uso again, and honestly, with this one, I want to root. I got Jey Uso. I got Jey Uso because in this one, like Logan Paul can take a loss and no one will care. Like no one will care at all if Logan Paul loses this match, and if Logan Paul wins, I mean that would be even worse because again, no one wants to see Logan Paul as champion. No one wants to see Logan Paul. If Logan Paul wins the World Heavyweight Championship, I say like everyone's gonna stop watching WWE. Like, I mean, I know that for some people, like And I'll say this. To me, Logan Paul is good as a wrestler, but he's not good as a human being. Um, you know, I know like a lot of people do like Logan Paul and like what he's done, and there are some things that like there's some things I watch from Logan Paul. I watch Impulsive sometimes, his interviews and everything, and he does good interviews. Like but I mean it's really hard to see Logan Paul as a world champion for me. And I got Jey Uso winning this for me, in my honest opinion.
Okay, my my colleague, my co-host, my partner, he was the good cop. Now let's go to let's go to me being the bad cop because I'm about to hit this hit this where it need to be. Okay, number one, if this loser, this bum, this guy who should not even be in the WWE win this, the next night the next night is AEW Double or Nothing. Guess who is going completely AEW? This guy. I'm going completely AEW. I am only showing up for WWE just for the John Cena tour. That's the only reason why I will cut everything off. Okay, you're gonna have to tell me what happens. It happened on Friday and on Friday, Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday. Doesn't even freaking matter. It doesn't matter. You're gonna have to tell me what happens on WWE on networks because I'm going to be done. I can't. I can't not believe it. Okay, I I'm going to be even more mad than I was yesterday when the Pacers won. Okay, that's how mad I'm going to be, and I can't. My my rage cannot be unleashed on this world. That's how pissed off I'm going to be. So if Logan Paul wins, just Triple H, I know you. Triple H, if you ever watch this or you ever heard, ever just tune in, do me a favor. Do me the biggest favor of your life. And this is from coming from a WWE fan. Don't risk it. Don't risk it. Please don't. Just let the loser be a loser. Okay? Now, going into this match, I do have Jey Uso walking out with the world title, not just because of it's Logan Paul, or not just because people are talking bad about his world title run. It's also because of what's going to happen on June 9th. Gunther is challenging whoever wins and whoever comes out of this match for the World Heavyweight Championship. So I do see Gunther versus Jey Uso again, and I see Jey Uso winning this and winning that match. So it's like so so for Jey Uso, and this is the thing, I think people need to stop hating on Jey because let's be honest here, we all wanted Jey to be world champion. The way how he won the world championship is not the way how we wanted it to be. But hey, he won it. His title reign just started. Give him some time. He's going to be something. Okay, stop hating on the guy because the guy only in because the guy not this and that and the third because you guys wasn't hating when you guys were eating. You guys were
Yeet, yeet.
eating. You guys were eating a lot. I don't know why you guys hate on him now. Okay, you guys was hoping he'd become world champion. So give him some time, and he will evolve. Okay, remember he been a tag team wrestler for a long time. It takes time to become a main event, and become a single star. So for me, I got Jey Uso. I think, and my boy here, I think we know who he got. Jey Uso, right?
Yeah, yeah, Jey
So,
Uso, yes.
And so we both are. So we both root for Jey Uso. Now, now I guess we have we got two predictions that we are both in agreement, and two that are separate. On the next video, next video we will announce who won between the both of us. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I hope
Now,
I win.
uh, I I get you. Now, now a little bit earlier in the show, I got this announcement on my phone, and this is breaking news. And it was breaking news to me. WrestleMania is now canceled from New Orleans. So,
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I am surprised. WrestleMania 42 will not be in New Orleans. I don't know where they're gonna put it at. I don't know why they canceled the venue for, but I guess this is just shocking to me. So I'm like, bro, what's your reaction to this news?
Oh yeah, I also read that too, and I've read that apparently WrestleMania 42 might be held in Las Vegas, just like WrestleMania 41 was.
Oh my God, we might get another. Or the guy to give us a bullshit like build to WrestleMania 31 and then WrestleMania 41. I'm gonna flip my lid, bro. I'm gonna tell you, like, I'm telling you, WrestleMania 41 wasn't all that. If they you know, you know it bad when WrestleMania this year, when let's be realistic, when the last time WrestleMania it had been at the same venue 2 years in a row? I think it haven't
Uh,
happened in. I think the only time it happened except for the beginning of WrestleMania when it was in Madison Square Garden for like 2 out of the 3 years, and like two, like for 3 years straight. Except for that, the only time WrestleMania been at the same venue 2 years in a row was, I think, WrestleMania 22 and 23 in Chicago.
let me see.
Because except for that, I don't really remember because they always switch it up. So I'm like, but um, I'm surprised that they even doing Vegas again. I'm gonna be honest with you, Vegas was not a good experience the first time
Yeah.
watching. The
I
first
looked it
time
up.
watch, yeah.
I looked it up. WrestleMania 22 was in Rosemont, Illinois, and 23 was in Detroit, Michigan.
But why they say they was in Chicago for 2 years? I get because WWE has it like they said was in Chicago for 2 years, 2 years for WrestleMania. I guess they was in the. I guess you count that like Illinois, right?
Uh, well, yeah, it was WrestleMania 22 was in Illinois.
So I guess you count the 21. Like, let me ask you, Detroit is right next to Illinois, right? Like, is it all together?
Uh, wait, let me see. Okay. So from Michigan to Illinois would be a 6 hour drive.
So they're not like next door neighbor to each other.
No.
Okay. So WWE really screwed. The WWE really messed us up. Because like they kept on saying they was in Chicago for 2 years. Like, man, cut the bullshit. It's bullshit. But anyway, like I guess this is going to be the first time they are in the same. They are in Vegas 2 years. This is going to be the first time they are in like the same thing, same city for 2 years in a row. But I'm going to say this: if you guys do use Las Vegas again, please, please make sure WrestleMania 42 is way better than 41 because 41 was all right, but it could have been way better. And and I can't wait to see the Untold, the WWE Untold on Netflix because they're going to show us what the card would have looked like. And I'm telling you, if you show me the card that was actually for WrestleMania 41 and it was better than better than the card we had, I'm going to flip my lid.
Yeah.
But except for that, that's the only breaking news and that's the only breaking news we have. And WrestleMania will not be in New Orleans anymore. It might be in Las Vegas. So whoever in Las Vegas, get your ticket. I think you guys better get your ticket soon and save your money. And
Well,
oh yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of surprised that they're not going to New Orleans. Though. I'm kind of wondering what the reasoning is. And thinking about it in hindsight, it kind of makes The Rock's promo kind of funny because like of how much he advertised it being in New Orleans, and now it's not in New Orleans anymore. Oh my god, that's so funny now. I'm gonna watch that segment now. You know,
Yeah, I feel bad for Rock. I did. I feel bad for Rock.
yeah.
Oh my god. So hey, this is the end of this is the end of the podcast. Yo, make sure you guys like and subscribe and also put the comment button and tell us who you guys think is going to win on Saturday Night Main Event. Also, I'm going to give you guys a little heads up. There might not be a podcast next week or it might be I like we don't know they don't know because I'm gonna be in Florida for the next week at a graduation. So we don't know what we're gonna do, but hey, we're gonna keep you guys posted. So if there's no video next week, don't worry. We will make a new video. Video the minute once I come back. So and come back the following week. So don't worry. And also, I'm gonna make sure I make some shorts of my reaction of the NBA and how the Knicks Pacers series are, so you guys can get a little, so you guys can have a little bit of excitement while I'm in Florida. So yeah. So this is King Lion,
Jelani Muna.
and we are out. See you later, guys.